Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
Eze. Hijacked. Taken
Yes.
from the hands of Tottenham by their fiercest rivals. It says something, firstly. The pull of Arsenal over Tottenham, obviously. Arsenal are a bigger club than Tottenham. I don't think that's up for debate. He's been released from the Arsenal Academy. He's come back. And that means now that Phase 7 of Farteta ball. Kepa, Christian Nurger, Gyökeres, Madueke, and Eze. Now that's 3 attackers, so you're addressing the big problem. You've got a holding midfielder who's Premier League proven. You've got a goalkeeper who's also Premier League proven and played for Real Madrid a couple years ago, lest we forget. Now, I have never seen an unsuccessful manager at a big club be backed this much before in my life. What needs to happen?
In my opinion, we need to see Eze lifting a trophy at some point this season. Like, we need to see Arsenal lifting a trophy. Because otherwise, where has all this money gone? Like, what's it been for? Like, he's been backed with £1.1 billion since he came into the club. And you were going to sit there in the TikTok comments and tell me that Arteta's he's gonna do it next year. He just needs another defensive midfielder and a replacement for Saka. You've got all that now. You've got your next big striker, next UCL dominating striker. You've got all of that. You've got the Premier League's most wanted 10, I think. I think everybody would have taken Eze. Like, he's up there with one of the best players in the league. Like, he's unreal. And this has to be it. This has to be your year. So I'm excited to see the title win at the end of the year for Arsenal. I'm excited to see the FA Cup win. I'm excited to see the Carabao Cup win. Let's see it happen, Arsenal fans, because I can't wait. If it doesn't happen, I'm going to be excited to see what the excuse is. I'm going to be excited to see if there's any Arteta outs, because that has to happen at some point. I have to start seeing Arteta out this year if we don't see a trophy.
Yeah, there's pressure. And I even then, I'm going to say that if you get second or third at an FA Cup trophy, that's a failure. I'm sorry, it is. It is. You've got the most prolific striker in Europe from last season. And like you said, one of the most exciting 10s, or if he plays on the left, like whatever, winger / 10s in the league. And you got Madueke as well as backup, who started and was decent against Leeds. Now, it's so funny because I don't know if you saw, but Arsenal fans, as soon as Gyökeres after the first game, the issue wasn't a striker anymore. It was, we actually need a left winger. So now you've got Eze, who can play in both positions. I want to see, you're right, I want to see what they say next, because they're going to come up with something. They're going to come up with something crazy.
They always find a way, man. Like, that you cannot underestimate the ability of copium that Arsenal fans can develop. Like, again, listen, I have multiple mates that are Arsenal fans. I have childhood friends that are Arsenal fans, and they all say the same shit. They're nice. They're good. They some of them are good football fans, great ball knowledge, but they all blindly back their club to no end, unless it's Wenger. I saw the Wenger shouts. I saw that all over the place. But I've never seen so much fan backing for a lesbian manager and everyone that he's bought, and this new generation of TikTok players who love the way they look, and all of this. I've never seen that before, backed by a fan base so homosexual in my life. The fan base are turning, man. What phase is Maresca in? That's what you have to say. What phase is Eddie Howe in? This is what you have to say.
What phase? Honestly, I can't believe it still. This guy's been back to the end. And they said Wenger out. That guy won them 3 Premier League titles, FA Cups, I think a League Cup there or somewhere, but he won them a league without losing a game. That guy, you should have let him stay and retire when he wanted. Now, you hounded Emery out, who's actually ended up doing more with Villa than Arteta did in a less amount of time. And now Arteta's going into this season with win the title, or if you're a big, serious club, be sacked. But he's going to stay, and I can tell you that right now. They're going to keep him, and they're going to buy more players, and there's going to be more excuses in the summer. But it's just going to be funny to see, because Arsenal fans, as usual, think they're going to win the league. And, they beat Leeds, and all the stories with these pictures of all of them celebrating. Yeah, good for you, man. Grown men doing this. Go, your kids miss you.
War a trophy. That's what you have to say. War a trophy.
Hiding from all the responsibility. That's what this is. I'm honestly not surprised, but yeah, there you go. You've got everything you need. Let's see. I want to shout out a winger who I can openly like again. I liked him in lockdown, and I like him again now. Jack Grealish, welcome back. Welcome
back, brother. 2 assists?
2 assists right straight away, man. The first one was his own doing. Second one, just a layoff, but still to get that right. And that first one was classic Grealish. I was saying it. I've been saying it the last 2 weeks. There's still a player in Grealish. And people were telling me, it's not 2020. I'm like, you don't get it. He's been shackled. He's been caged by the Guardiola system, the Guardiola regime. And now he's free. He's playing like he can again. And I think he gets a move at the end of this season. I don't think he's above Everton, but this is his England push too, actually. Grealish, Mount, Shaw.
No. Over
Rashford.
Gordon as well. You know that Grealish will get picked over Gordon if it happens. Tuchel would love that.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Tuchel, Grealish and Rashford, and Gordon doesn't even get on the plane. That would be so funny.
One thing I do want to shout out before we move on to predictions or whatever we're about to move on to.
Yeah.
Aston Villa. Let me talk about Aston Villa for a second. Aston Villa look like shit. John McGinn looked like shit. Ollie Watkins didn't even get a touch of the ball. Ollie Watkins didn't touch the ball that whole game. And I look at that team and I think, wow, they're going to have a fucking difficult year. Because the bench is... I mean, I don't even think Maatsen is really even like an Emery signing. Like, why'd they even sign him? He doesn't really fit that squad at all. And I just think that they looked rubbish. Like, going forward, they looked absolutely like out of clue. And they've got this They've got Champions League this year, right? Or is it Europa?
Yeah.
They've got something.
Europa.
They got something.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. Europa.
And they're looking to sign Nkunku. They're looking to sign Jackson. And you're thinking, what kind of identity is that team going to be moving forward? Because Villa, they've had to sell Ramsey to us. Obviously, PSR issues, I get that. That's your backup 10 gone. And let's be honest, like, Ramsey's a good player. That's their backup gone there for PSR reasons. It looks like that squad is thinning out a little bit. And they don't really have the money to be... We don't have to sell, but they don't have the money to sign anybody because apparently they've already spent it. So, I don't know. I just think Villa are going to have a really tough time this year. I could see them dropping to 7th or 8th this year, like genuinely, maybe even a 9th or 10th place finish. Is this going to be a bit of a, it was the honeymoon season for Emery. Is it now going to start sort of falling apart for him? I don't know. It's happened before.
I don't know. I don't think he's that fragile, but I do think that they've been financially limited, and also they have no pull, so that's another issue.
Yeah.
But I think a few late signings, just like they did in January last year when they got Asensio, Rashford, Marlon, all these guys right at the end.
Yeah,
that saved their season and almost got them past PSG in the Champions League. So. That's all it takes, and, we're saying all these things. There's a week left of the transfer window, and arguably the last week is always the most interesting. So we are probably going to have to do a roundup at the end of next week, because imagine Newcastle signed like 6 players on deadline day. I remember we signed like 4 or 5 on deadline day one year. It was insane. The last point, at least you're not the only club suffering. Nottingham Forest might be about to sack the manager that got them into Europe for the first time in 3-4 decades. It looks like he's fallen out with the Mafia owner. The one... Palace fans held up a tifo of him putting a gun to Gibbs White today, and now the Premier League are investigating it. It's a bit mad. I mean, if they sack Nuno, they're fucked, They might get Ange, but as we know, he doesn't really do that well in the Premier League. So... I wouldn't sack Nuno, and also, it's players that don't fit his system. Nuno's a defensive manager who likes to play on the break. and just likes to keep the ball, mate. Oh, yeah, move it. Yeah, very fluid formation. So he might be back. But if I were Forest, I wouldn't get rid of Nuno. They've just signed McAtee, Hutchinson, that French striker. Listen, I think they've got a good thing going. They should do everything they can to keep Nuno. And they've low-key could have a shot at Europe again this year. See, like, just on
Easily.
paper. Yeah.
Definitely. Look at their squad. I mean, look at that midfield. Douglas Luiz, Elliot Anderson, and Morgan Gibbs-White. If you're watching Elliot Anderson... Yeah, bro, what a midfield. If you're watching Elliot Anderson, it might not sound like a name that's like, oh, wow, he's great. If you watch him, you know that he's quality. Like, you in that 10 role, you know that he is a quality player.
That's true.
And he will cook, hopefully, at Forest. But I mean, Chris Wood scoring again.
Yeah, who would have thought?
He doesn't stop. Yeah, let him cook, man. I'm here for it. I'm here for the Chris Wood show. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, respect. You know, they will be in the Europa League come September. But I just want to also point out that isn't it so ironic? Newcastle, the team known for signing all these players from Ligue 1 in the 2010s, miss out on one of the biggest prospects, a striker, a 21-year-old striker from Ligue 1 who goes to Forest. I couldn't believe it.
It's in our DNA, and we still couldn't get it over the line. So I think at this point, put Gordon at 9 and just strap yourselves in for a really terrible season. Because it sounds like Wissa deal is they want 50 million for him. And I mean, at this point, just pay the money already, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in this situation, why are you just not paying the money? I know it makes your position look weak in future deals, but like, genuinely, you are desperate. You have no choice.
Yeah,
so,
you got genuinely. You just pay.
Get it sorted.
Like, fucking pay.